What's up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of A Spark Ignited. I'm your host, Danielle Nicole, and I am so excited you guys decided to join me today. Today, we are going to tackle the shift it is that you have to make to unlearn certain things and certain behaviors that you have learned your entire life that you have now grown to understand that they are a hindrance to your growth. I know it sounds counterintuitive, right? We're unlearning some things, but there are some things that we have to shake in order to become our best selves and to reach our fullest potential in life. So I know it sounds a little bit, unusual right now and unfamiliar, but, just trust me on this, you guys. This is exactly how I was able to get to where I am today because I had to unlearn so many things. So you guys sit back, relax, buckle up, and let's dive in. The first thing I had to unlearn is that I needed everything in place to become a successful force and to be someone that made a really huge impact in life. I felt like I needed everything, like in order to be successful, you have to look a certain way, you got to be a certain way, you got to wear your hair a certain way, you got to talk a certain way. The list goes on. You got to dress a certain way. And today, that is just not what it is. Like, the most crucial and powerful way that you can make an impact in life is just by being yourself, authentically yourself. And what I mean by that is coming as you are. I've spoke so many times about how with the podcast, like, I felt like I needed this, that, and the other in order to start it. And it has been the most basic essentials that I am using right now in order to have one. I thought I had to be a certain way to look presentable on camera. I thought I needed, the whole transition of fixing my smile and all of that in order to talk in front of people, to be accepted, to be taken seriously. Listen, I told myself so many different things, and those things really were just fear and amongst of other things that were just holding me back from my destiny, holding me back from the very thing that God wanted me to do, which is impact lives in the way that I'm doing right now. Right now I'm sitting to you probably one of my heaviest weights ever, and I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm working on it, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, it is what it is. This is just who I am right now. I haven't had the cosmetic surgery yet, but yet here I am talking to you guys about how you can change your life and do this and that and the other. And I do plan on having that sometime in the future when I can afford it because it's really expensive. But I used to use those type of things and those type of excuses to not, pull the trigger and not move forward on the very things that God wanted me to do because I felt like I had to just be this perfect person in order to be accepted by people. And that's just not it. Like, I mean, even if the world wasn't really, validating being your authentic self, it still is exactly what you should be doing. You should be who you are to the core of your very being, and represent all that is, because you being authentic, your people will gravitate towards you. You only want the people that gravitate towards you anyways. You don't want to set yourself up to be this certain person and gravitate all the wrong people. And that's what will happen if you set yourself up thinking that you got to be and look a certain way in order to gain a certain crowd. We want the most authentic crowd around us as possible. So I had to definitely unlearn that I had to show up, being this perfect person that had it all together, and, 135 pounds, perfect teeth, all these different things. It does not matter. The core of who I am and my very being is someone who's very genuine, caring, loving, understanding, and really wants to make a difference in everyone's lives that she come across by doing what I'm doing right now. And that's the podcast, my books, and my life coaching services that I do. And I only would have been doing a disservice to myself thinking that I cannot come to people as I am right now. Like there's something wrong with me, So yes, it took a lot of time in order for me to get that in my head and to actually really process it and believe it. But once I got there, it was game on. Another thing that I had to unlearn is that I had to have like this hustle mentality. Like I had to just grind all day and night. I had to be up in the middle of the night. I had to get up super early, and literally there's barely any time for me to rest, recoup, and rejuvenate. No, we do not have to freaking grind ourselves into the freaking ground in order to be successful. We have to think about quality over quantity, right? Like, I really want to produce and create the most authentic things and the most thought about, content or whatever it is that I'm putting out into the world, because that's all I want to be known for. I don't want to be known to just be pushing stuff out there just to push it out there. And we don't have to grind ourselves into the freaking wall in order to be successful. It is so important to take care of yourself from the inside out. It's so important to practice self-care and to get proper rest, and, to tackle each day at hand by, if you're an entrepreneur, setting actual business hours throughout the day and actually quitting whenever that day ends for your work day that you may have. We don't have to work around the clock in order to produce impactful things. That's something that I definitely had to unlearn. I thought I just had to be at it all the time and there is no time for rest. I'll rest when I'm dead. Like, that stuff is just crazy. We don't want to do that. We want to do the complete opposite, because when we're able to operate from a place of rejuvenation and, actually, feeling our best and actually giving our body its essential needs, which is rest and, wind down times and things like that, we're able to operate in a much better state, in a much better mental state. So definitely had to unlearn that. So if that's something that you do right now, you're one of those entrepreneurs that feel like you got to work around the clock and you got to chase every dollar, every penny. Like, that's not what you want to do for yourself. You want to set yourself up for success by getting the proper rest that you need, setting business hours, working those hours, doing all that you can within that time frame. And when it's time to, lay it all down and shut that laptop off, do just that and start again the next day. The world is not going to stop because our workday stopped. Another thing that is extremely healthy to unlearn is comparing yourself to someone else's journey. This is not anything that I had to unlearn. I was never someone that looked at what someone else was doing and was like, oh, I need to be doing what they're doing, and look what they're doing today. I should be doing that too and doing it better. Like, I don't care about that at all. I celebrate people on their journey and I wish them well, because I know that my individual journey is never going to look like their journey. So the fact that I'm going to compare my journey to their journey really doesn't make any sense, right? If you're someone that do struggle with something like this, and you may see someone that's doing the very thing that you want to do, and you find yourself comparing yourself to what they're doing and where they are and things like that, stop doing that today. That's really, like, comparison is the thief of joy. We've all heard that, and it's the truth, because all you're going to do is just put yourself in a bad mood and, to talk negative to yourself and say, I'm not doing enough because so-and-so is on chapter 20 when you're on chapter 1. Listen, you have no idea what it took for them to even get to chapter 20. You know what I mean? And it shouldn't even matter to you what it took for them to get to chapter 20. All that matters is what's in front of you right now, and you doing the very best that you can do on your own individual journey. So if you're someone that easily compares yourself to what someone else is doing, stop doing that today. It's just not a healthy mind state to be in. And you just want to really just focus on you and one step in front of the other and doing better than you did the previous day before. Compare yourself to yourself. It's you versus you. And I know it sounds corny, but it's the truth. It is you versus you. What you put in every day is what you get out every day. So pour into yourself as much as possible. Encourage yourself as much as possible, and do all that you can so that you can create the life that you want to create on your very own journey. Another thing that we all need to do is unlearn the need to people please. Like, feeling like if you bend over backwards for someone, that they're going to like you because you're always showing up to everything that they have, and, you promote everything that they do, and, things like that, and, saying yes to them when you really want to say no. Listen, creating a healthy boundary is healthy for any relationship that you have. You want to be able to tell someone no, not because you're being mean or not because you don't want to see them thrive or anything like that, but sometimes you have to think about yourself and your own well-being, and sometimes saying no is productive for you and where you are in your life. We have to pour into ourselves too. There's absolutely nothing wrong with pouring into the people that you love, and being able to to show up for them with the things that they have going on, but we cannot make everything that everyone does all the time. And if we can't make that, don't ever feel guilty for that either. Like, we all have our own lives and we all have things going on. We all have our own families. Most of us got kids, and they have things going on. Listen, we are booked and busy, whether it's professionally or if it's just straight, personal. We have so much going on. And sometimes, because we're so booked and busy, we need some time for ourselves. And even if we have nothing on the agenda for the day and it's just to relax, that is okay. We have to take care of ourselves. We cannot please everyone all the time, but hopefully you surround yourself with people that understand that. Because if you feel that you have to explain something as simple as this, you may want to rethink the people that you have around you. Because let's face it, we're tired out here. We are working. We are putting in these hours. We are on overload. All of us adults are, so don't feel the need to people please in order to feel like you're going to have people like you. Like, we don't want those people to like us anyways. I spoke about this not too long ago, but unlearn that failing is bad. Okay? When you're failing at something, that means you're oftentimes moving forward in something that it is that you want to do. And sometimes, if not oftentimes, failure becomes the best teacher for us, because we're seeing what works and what doesn't work. A lot of times fear of failure holds us back from even beginning, and I don't ever want that to be something that keeps you from doing the things that you want to do in life because you're afraid to fail. Fail and be proud of it. Learn the lesson attached to it. You know what I mean? Like, I can think of so many things that I failed at, and I don't know. I guess I'm speaking from my mental state right now at this 40-year-old woman who's just, taking on different challenges every single day, doing things that I've never done before, and doing it afraid, because I'm the only person that can hold myself back. And I already told myself I'm not doing that anymore. So whatever it is that I try new and I didn't do so great at it, it's okay. I'm not easily embarrassed out here. I do not care. All I know is that I'm giving myself, a chance to even fail or succeed. At least I'm trying. You know what I mean? And that's what you have to tell yourself. If I'm trying something new, and if I find that when I'm doing this something new thing, if I'm not so great at it, at least like, that is like the best thing that you can give yourself. It's just the ability to try, and to try something new at that, so never allow yourself to hold yourself back because you're afraid of failing. Failing is actually pretty awesome, if I must say so myself, because I've learned so many lessons from it. It has brought me to where I am today. Failure is not one of those things that will ever keep me from going from A to Z. And I don't want it to keep you from going to A to Z too. Let's just fail forward, people. We got things to do. Okay, I'm laughing at this next thing that we all have to unlearn, because I am still a work in progress when it comes to this particular subject. Unlearn that asking for help makes you look like you don't know what you're doing. No one wants to be out here, seeming as if they don't know what they're doing with the very thing that they're teaching other people to do. It's a very humbling thing for us to ask for help in something that we are teaching at the moment and we're not yet experts on. I am still learning that lesson today, but I have gotten better, because I am able to at least ask for help now. Like, before, I would not ask for help for nothing. Like, because I always used to feel like people would kind of hold that over their heads, like, oh, she asked for help, who does she think she is, out here teaching people this, that, and the other, and she needs help, Listen, yes, I need help. I need help in a lot of different things, okay? Like, I am a one-woman machine over here. But, I've learned that asking for help means that you're taking care of yourself, and you're taking care of the very thing that you want to grow and evolve. I am not an expert in everything. Just because I own a business and own a company doesn't mean I know everything about it. I don't know the ins and outs of everything. There are experts out there that do. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to them and ask them for help when I have something that I need help on. It's a very humbling thing, but it is crucial and essential that we add that to something that we need to practice doing more. You know what I mean? Like, asking for help is very smart. Asking for help means that you're not willing to take on things that you know nothing about. Asking for help gives someone else the ability to have the knowledge in that area to help you learn in the area that you need the help in. We all have our own strengths and weaknesses in our own different subjects. And I know my strengths and I know my weaknesses. So thank God today I've humbled myself when it comes to asking for help. So if you're someone that feels like, dude, I'm not asking for help from nobody, let's just change that mindset. It makes us look silly. We know we need help. None of us are experts at every single thing, because if we are, what are we really good at? I want a team of experts and great people around me to teach me things. So keep that mindset. You want to bring the best product to people because you've asked for help in a certain area, so just keep that at the forefront. Put yourself to the wayside. Ask for help. It is not going to kill you. It's not going to hurt you. And if anything, it's going to make the person that you're asking for help, make them feel really great about what it is that they do. So let's just humble ourselves around here, okay? This is something I want everyone that's watching to unlearn and to hear me clearly. Not everyone wants to be a freaking entrepreneur. Not everyone wants to own a business. Not everyone wants this life, okay? There's absolutely nothing wrong with 9-to-5 workers and blue-collar workers. Let's unlearn that right now, okay? Because we all need help out here. Whenever my business grows and evolves and gets bigger, guess what I'm going to need? I'm going to need blue-collar 9-to-5 workers to help me run my business. And I'm going to be so grateful and so happy that these people want to work with me. Not everybody wants to do this. This is not everybody's calling. Being called to be an entrepreneur is a calling. Being called to be the best fireman or the best surgeon or the best doctor or the best ice skater or whatever it is that your calling is to do, that's what you should do in life. Don't ever sit here and make these people who are entrepreneurs make you feel like you're doing something that's less than because you don't own your own business. Be the best hotel manager that you can be. Be the best librarian that you can be. Be the best public city defender that you can be, the police, whatever it is, whatever your field is. And if you feel that you are called to it, own it and do your very best in it. What I do not like is when people make other people feel like what it is that they do for a living because it's not their own business is insignificant. And that's not true. Let's unlearn that today. I'm called to this entrepreneur walk because God brought me to it. Listen, working a 9-to-5 is way easier because you just go in, you do your job, you do it well, you have a set paycheck that comes bi-weekly, and you just do it again the next day. There is nothing wrong with that life, okay? But God called me to this life. So I'm trusting him with my walk on my entrepreneur journey, and I'm very excited about it, of course. But listen, stop making people feel like because they have a 9-to-5 job or 8-to-6 job or whatever their hours are, that is insignificant. Unlearn that today. This is pretty funny, but unlearn today that you want a relationship like the one that you see on social media. You can see a beautiful couple from afar on social media that takes wonderful pictures and that look great in the photo and they seem happy, and that very well may be the case, right? But don't want their lives based off a few snapshots or, playing videos and things like that. Unlearn that today. Create the relationship that you want with your partner. It may be a relationship that's completely off social media. So what? You don't have to be on social media to prove that you love someone. Me and my husband, we barely even post each other. People probably think we have broken up so many times because we don't. And it's not because we don't want to. It's just, more now than ever, I've learned to kind of live a more private life, and I really do like that. But if we're out and we feel cute and we feel like we want to do a little photo op and post it, then we'll do it. But Long time ago, I used to feel like I used to needed to be validated online to show that the person that I'm with loves me. It's just crazy, you guys. Like, as you can see, there's so many people in relationships that look really, really happy online and they're miserable in real life. I want a happy relationship in real life. I don't want to just look good on the freaking internet. That does nothing for nobody, and it certainly doesn't do anything for the people that are in it. Create what it is that you want. Unlearn looking at other people's relationship from the outside, because you're not inside, and wanting what they have. You have no idea what those people go through on a day-to-day. Create what it is that you want for yourself. Unlearn wanting something that you see on the internet. I see that I'm coming back and I'm laughing at everything that's coming up because this is so funny to me, being that I used to be a personal trainer and I'm well versed in the fitness nutrition world. But please unlearn today that you can out-train a bad diet. We cannot. Like, if you worked out in the morning and you have, you go against your diet or your calorie intake that you're supposed to have to maintain, don't think that doing an extra 30 minutes of something is going to cut out the bad food that you ate. It's not. It's not at all. It's a science to all of it. And I don't have time to break it down today. Maybe I'll do an episode about that. But I don't care how hard you work out in the gym. You cannot train so hard in the gym, think that you're going to come home, eat pizza, burgers, and fries and wings all day, and that you're going to just, have that workout be something that's going to help you maintain your current weight or lose weight. It's not going to happen. You really just wiped out the workout is what you did. In order to lose weight and or maintain your weight, you have to be in a caloric deficit, of course, and you have to eat a certain amount of macros based on your body type and your weight that you want to be. Listen, we got to do it the right way, because losing weight is 85% of, not losing weight, but eating proper nutrition is 85% of losing weight. That's what I meant to say. It's not training in the gym. Training in the gym is the icing on the cake. The real magic happens when you eat right. So go ahead and unlearn that you can out-train a bad diet, honey. You're just wasting your time, and do it the right way. Last but not least, what I want you guys to unlearn is happiness is a destination. Now, that's not the truth. Your happiness is a journey. Our life is a journey. This is a lifelong journey, right? Every day is different. No 2 days look the same. And besides, if your happiness was a destination, what do you have to look forward to? Every single day that I wake up, I thank God for even waking me up for the day, because that means that my assignment gets to carry on, but I look for little things throughout the day that makes me happy, and then I just kind of just kind of think about it, and I just kind of let that fester and grow, and just focus on that. And that's what we have to do every single day, because we all know the enemy is out there and he loves to play on our mind and, our thoughts and things like that. And I really, really try really hard to be intentional about focusing on things that makes me happy, or that I'm able to grow from, and something I can learn, or anything that's going to bring positivity in my life or a positive change in my life. That is my focus, and that's lifelong. That's never going to stop. I'm not going to be like, on Friday, that's when I'm going to get to happiness and that's it. Happiness is a lifelong journey. Embrace your journey. It's going to look different every single day, but it's yours to own. Okay, you guys, that's going to do it for today's episode. I hope I helped you guys figure out some things that you can unlearn so that you can grow and evolve into your best self possible. Because let's face it, we cannot take everything with us. Some things we just have to leave behind, and that requires us unlearning certain behaviors. All right, you guys, as always, you can catch me every Tuesday wherever you get your podcast. Make sure that you like, share, and rate the podcast. It's going to really help me grow and help me get out there to more people. And of course, you can watch the visual on YouTube every Wednesday. Make sure that you like, comment, and share, and subscribe to my channel. It's going to help my channel grow significantly. You guys, I am so grateful for you all. I hope that you guys unlearn some of these crazy toxic behaviors that we find ourselves doing, and that we can just be our best selves possible. All right, you guys, I'll see you next Tuesday. Have a great week.